This is Mutabaruka. We want to present to you a wholesome kind of level of consciousness right now. So subscribe and tell your friend them. This is Mutabaruka. We keep saying this thing out for years. We keep saying it for years, but we never stop saying it. We never stop saying it because we know the power of music. They can't see it now. Look at where I'm going right now. Look how dark the youth them get in the music. Dark. When I say dark, I don't mean them complexion. I mean say the feeling of you feel uncomfortable when you watch them. Yeah, man. Everybody have a gun or a pointing finger like a gun or something. Take heed. Take heed. That is a history that talking about our history and cruelty and wickedness. Trust me, nobody can surpass the cruelty and wickedness where England do to the rest of the world. Yes? Nobody, no nation. I hear them talk about this man there and that man there tyrant. England. You hear them mention Queen Elizabeth I. A whole heap of people, and this guy gonna sound like some weird reasoning. I wonder if it's a time signal there, so I don't want to start talking, I hear time signal. Okay, all right. I want the people them hear me good. A history about Queen Elizabeth I. When you don't want to go misquote me, and say me say Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Elizabeth I. Did you know that Queen Elizabeth I did have a disease that took over the whole of her face? That she did have to permanently wear a white cream over her face. Anytime you see them paint or see a picture of Queen Elizabeth I, you're going to see her face white. Because that is how she hid the stripping off of her face to the public. She never go in public without her face of her the white. Plus, she never have no teeth. Yes, Queen Elizabeth I, she never have no teeth. All her teeth them drop out. It was what we call unhygienic people. And you want to hear the biggest part of it. She hardly have a bath. Yes. It was said that Queen Elizabeth bathed twice per year. Because in them days, you used to have a whole heap of oils and perfume could hide the smell. And because them is royalty, them can afford to do it. Queen Elizabeth I me I talk about. This is something where them now go tell you in your history class when them tell you about England. Them talk the most vicious thing them about Africa and African history. And where Idi Amin never do. And where Mugabe never do. But them big up all Shaka Zulu, them bring up all Shaka the Zulu with something like him as a barbarian. But them now I will tell you about the viciousness that them do in history. And how the plague, what you call the so-called black plague, we kill 70% of the Europeans them. 70% of the population get wiped out through this plague. And you know what caused the plague? It's the disease, it's rats. Rat. The unhygienic place. Them never have no toilet. Them throw them filth through the window. Bathing was a no-no, especially if you're poor. Because why is the rich could have didn't have a bath? The poor couldn't have none because them never have no bathroom. And no water. As a matter of fact, a whole heap of the royalties them used to wipe up themselves. And when I write them things in, them, I write it, you know. And them I write it. Pardon me if I go read them book. It's them go write that. And show it. say, as fabulous as you see Queen Elizabeth, the first, in a show and in a movies and them thing there, behind that face was a monster. I think a smallpox she did have. I don't remember smallpox. One of them pox. And when she opened her mouth, no teeth. Yes. You go to England, you read them thing there, but them don't send out them thing there to you. Them don't teach you in English. Them don't teach you English. British issue. Them tell you about Cromwell and them tell you about Wilberforce who helped the slave abolish slavery. You know, and then you can hear some great soldiers like Robin Hood, if he did ever alive. If he did ever live. Robin Hood, who robbed from the rich and give to the poor. You think them easy? And when we talk about, when we look on old-time Tarzan movie, you hear about Lord Greystock. For those of you who know about Tarzan, like myself, yeah. When you pick your love, read Tarzan comic. Because this white guy gets stranded on a place in Africa there. And some ape find him and take care of him. And him grow up like an ape in the wild of the jungle. So them call it jungle. We have jungle and them have forests. So them have this youth and raise them up as a ape. And them get to conquer the jungle. So them was even more powerful than the black people them who live in the jungle. More powerful. As a matter of fact, they make it so that him could have all talk to a lion and make the lion run. Him could have maneuver himself with an alligator and kill the alligator. Him was the king of the jungle, not the lion. As a matter of fact, lion don't live in a jungle. That is the next madness where them give away. That is the next madness where them show away. Walt Disney, the lion is the king of the jungle. Lion don't live in a jungle. Lion will never enter a place where you put bush there. Not like hell, none like that. But Tarzan could have talked to the animal them. Tarzan, this white guy, come from England, get stranded and could have talked to animal and they make movies about it. You have a brother named, actor named Johnny Wismola. For those of you who dinosaur like me, we know him, Johnny Wismola. Him act the wickedest Tarzan movie. Bully for sound when he and I swing from west to west and guess what? Him never got Africa yet. You know how me know that? I go to Hollywood with my youth and we go in at this, what them call it, at Disney World, somewhere, I remember with them. No, it's no, Universal Studio. We're going to the Universal Studio, them have walking, you can go there and you see all the props them wearing and the thing. And when we look on the place where them set up, the place where them set up, it don't have nothing, it don't even have a tree in there. Up here, all the rock them, at them build the rock them, you know. At them build the rock them and run some water, make it look like it's a jungle. And him they are swing from Swiss to West. And we are watching this thing and believe it's Africa, him they are a youth. 10, 11-year-old. You go a movie 8-year-old and you see this man swinging there. And you cheer for Tarzan. Because Tarzan know more about the jungle, know about Africa, than the black people them who live there for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. And see him fight for them. So when white people come there for come kill off the animal them unnecessarily, he would have saved the day. He would have saved the day all the while. The black people them couldn't find for themselves. And they make sure them go a certain place in Africa go shoot them movie there in Gambia and in Cameroon and some of them up to the Tarzan movie, them go. Not the one with Johnny Wismola them, because Johnny Wismola never used to go to Africa. You have some other actors now where them start to shoot it in a certain West African place. And then you say lion and tiger and all these things of the wild. And you wonder what the hell is this? And black people always run from the animal them and Tarzan stand up in front of the animal them and just look on them 2 times and the lion and him make 4 and the lion just walk away. You think them people are easy. You think them people are easy. You want to go Africa, go see some things where them turn round pan way. Turn it right round. We talk about just cultural things, cultural expressions, and them turn it right round. And we never know, say, meanwhile back in England, and back in the Caribbean, and back in India, these people was thieving, robbing, raping, killing, and doing so much things that right now, it have a line, unbroken line, come right down to this modern day, yeah. And we there talk about our king, King of Jamaica, King of England, big man, them stand up in a parliament, attack them again yield to the King of England. Big man them, we have them wife, we older than him too. Cause I think him is about 72 years old and all them way there. Come and talk about yield the king. Which king? That's why we love Leonard Howell. We love Leonard Howell. Because when Leonard Howell come and say, look here, we must stop talking about the King of England and one king we should have looked to. And his Haile Selassie the first. And them charge him for all sort of sedition. Them charge him, them say mad. Send him go to Bellevue. Many times. Leonard Howell. And look over there now. Look over there now. Rasta still stand up in Jamaica. A fight. For sure a cultural expression that is unique to the world. But if the things what we do as Rasta is unique to the black world. Because they never know say things could have go like this. When them see the Rasta. And we're still there. All the year people are criticizing that. Rasta this and Rasta that. We're still there and we're not going nowhere. Because we are dealing with liberation and freedom. Liberation and freedom. And all the things them was underground. And I told them to sit down in this Ital Fest and I think on all the things them when we just start, when we did the abortion and talk about Ital Livity. People frown upon it, scan upon it. My mother asked me if I rabbit, I go turn now, because a bush got a name Pierre Bush. I call her a pop show chat out, you know. She said, we are there bush. Because I coach got turn rabbit. And now we say, Ital up front. That is named Ital Fest. Ital Festival. We say locks. Up front. That them start to make false locks. And all the girls them, when we like Rasta, have on the false lock on the bed straight, go clear down on them bottom. I go to Mexico, I'm going to the market to rot, you know, when I look. Nearly everybody in there have this false lock, with this red, gold and green tam, crochet tam, each arm on it. You know, things them are real Rasta when you look. I sell the tam them with the locks in there. Mrs. them bring some of them come to Jamaica here too. Look on ganja. You know what Rasta man dead in a Jamaica because of ganja. I mean, I don't because I smoke too much. Because the system never like it. That was part of Carol Garden madness. That was the part of Carol Garden madness. They want to wipe out the man who has smoked the ganja. Say, there are mad people them there. But guess what? Ganja up front now. But all farmer, police, big policeman become part of the ganja companies. Big ganja company, director of a ganja company. Imagine that. Police. And this is where we have to fight for. And them complain about Rasta continuously. And we show them another way to look on things. Another way. Because all the things them where them do not teach in a history class, they're wrong. All of the things them is lie, and them know it's lie, and we can find out it's lie, but it's very difficult for black people now to turn around and say, they mean say everything we did learn about history and them something a lie. Yes, me say so. Me say so. In a junior, so 2023. All the things that them tell you in a history class is lie. And most of them in the Bible was lie too. And I talk about all the people them turn around history pan way and make you feel say everything where we are say as Rasta. And I tell the people them, it's like we are idiot. Because we smoke too much ganja. Then look how much Rasta know where they smoke ganja. And I tell the same thing where the Rasta man them who smoke ganja say. So I want to work out that. I want to work out that. The Rasta them smoke ganja and get mad. Then all the one them who not smoke ganja, them I say the same thing where the mad Rasta them I say. You know, say something wrong with Uno. We there, we set it and it can't dig out. It can't dig out. No care what you say, no care what you do. It can't dig out. Because when I tell people if you go sacrifice nobody and put them on no altar, because that them used to put on the Rasta man. So we carry picnic and up a Warwick Hill, go sacrifice. Hey, what I tell you? Some things where them say about Rasta in a Jamaica, and them youth are come down and joke it out. Like them not understand the thing. And like them don't know the history of the thing. Them want to come really figure it out. Oh, so much people dead, crucified, and thrown out of them family because them say Rastafari. And look what it is now. Look where we look upon you now. All the club town lady them want a Rasta man. Can't believe that. And it not end yet, because many more things what will that say have to come to fulfillment. Many more things. Look on our reparation. Look at reparation. And at the university now they talk about reparation. The university, there's a time if a Rasta man goes stand up at the university gate, immediately police come to him. Ask me to do that. You think I'd show up me I make? And then Rasta man start infiltrate the university and come amongst the students them and whosoever will come. So a whole heap of students start to sight of Rasta, infiltrate JC, Georges, KC, Kingston Technical, all of them schools get infiltrated. And whosoever will come. And somehow it's still there. Still there. So much things. So much things. Them put away. And we're still there. Them can't get way out. And me I tell the Rasta man them this right now while listen to me. Don't make them tell the foolishness. Because they will make you feel like that you attack foolishness. Them want you to believe that you is the idiot. Because them think so we don't have no education in a way. And we don't have no this and that. Yet still a whole heap of one come now. Who have them education and still at the same thing with the man who do have no education and say, how is that possible? How them Rasta man will lax and Ghana, Howard and University of the West Indies and all them places. Who are professors and doctors at the University of West Indies. All them at the same foolishness with the man down in the ghetto, the black heart man. I say, all them come at the same thing. Yet still, we don't give them doctorate and professorship. Figure that out. Figure that out. Because the black heart man not gone nowhere. Because we still have to say we heart black. Or you going to prove to me say my heart black. Me say my heart black. You can't prove that different. You can't prove it different to me. You may can prove it to somebody else, but me say, me I want black heart man. Me not deny that. Me not deny that. And it's like I say, yeah, idiot, where you get that from? Foolishness, black heart man. Yeah? They don't not talk about donkey attack in the Bible. But when I say donkey talk, which part of history where donkey attack? And man I throw down rather than snake and it turn in a snake. We want to get them something from. Or nobody knows that foolishness that. Snake attack. How snake talk? What part of history snake usually talk? And me say, me and the black heart man. And them make picnic free that way. Me remember one time me I go home and me I walk up through the bush. I put toast and some picnic see me and run go down the yard quick. And they don't know about black heart man, you know. They must see a Rasta man I come up the road. See a Rasta man, they run down the road. We have come through Spanish Town on Young Street. come off of the train in a Spanish town and walk along Young Street for go to Central Village with a caucus bag of planting on my back. And me and my people them a walk through Young Street and the woman send up our gate with our people them and drawing the people them and I say, see the Rasta man a come, I want to go inside. I tell you, say, man, tears come on my eye, man. I come here and say, then wait, at this. But you know something? You see the tan with the upon my head. The tan with the upon my head has now become a crown. Yes, those who are under my age know say we're born away last thing say. All of we go through that. Because one of the times you think, say the black heart man was out there so until you realize say, you is now the black heart man. And all the things them where you used to hear about the man were out there so it now directed to you as a black heart man. And even though we come through the society and we can't do certain things where we couldn't do from them days there, we still say we are black heart man because we understand the language and we understand what Bonnie Wheeler did I say and where the Rasta man come through and did I do. So we now come out for that. We now come out for that because black heart is not just the blackness the man I talk about as a black people, you know, but even a concept where the concept move from white art, white people thinking of life and understanding life. And we just use that now to carry through. So even though you and a man might look alike, when you look on the movement of the two people, you realize that one must different. Because it's not just an art thing still. That is what we are saying. It's not longer the art, we talk about the black art. The black art is metaphorically speaking. You use it as a language. That is a metaphor. You use it instead of a next word. So when we declare the black heart man, it's a sum total of a different kind of person in the Jamaican society. Just like when we say ital livity. And you know, I sit down in that lounge tonight and I think, but all the things them we will go through for reach us up. Yeah, man. I sit down in the lounge and I say, but look at this. Look at this. Look where it reached now, again. How much time we ever say that? We didn't say that with the herbs too. We say that with the locks. We say that with going to Africa. When Africa, they look like a far place. Far. When you think about Africa, you think about movie. Lion and tiger. You never know, say, a building there, they pick up your thatch house. There. Now, see them make thatch outer synthetic fiber. Yeah, we see them make thatch. If you look on the thatch, you think it's real thatch, you know. But you can buy it you can get it from all Amazon to write it. Yeah, make a thatch house. Thatch hut. But it's not the thatch we used to make the thatch house them in Africa. But we stand up and we give thanks to all the ones them who stand up. We want to heal up Ivy. We got Ivy birthday when? The 4th, which was Saturday or Sunday. One of them there, we go. No, we did there, that too. We did there Portland Cottage. Saturday, oh yeah, we go Ivy Sunday. We want to heal up Ivy. Yes, 60-year-old, 50-year-old in the faith, and we are saying, look how long I want take for reach 50. Long before I will leap a one born. Do you think a one who in the field for 50-year-old can turn back away? You have become the thing who you say you are. You have become it. You're not looking for it out there again, you know. You are it, I and I is I. When you say I just I. So I want to give thanks for all the ones them who stand up from them time there until now. And still they are. So it goes, man. I tell you, it will come and will go. But the struggle continue. And it will continue for a very long time. So I say, we have gone far, but we still have further to go. And these words are cliche, but they must be said continuously. Because not everyone did reach us all. Many of the people them who them call prophets and freedom fighters, them fight and reach us all. And we will have to take it and carry it go somewhere else until the next one come and make it gone over the next side. But meanwhile, we work, and we have to work, because work is the name of the game. And we can't make certain things make us stop, because there's no intention of stopping until liberation and freedom is in front of our face and become we. Yes, you know, so we are playing this thing, and we should have started over, but if we start over, the advertisement, I'm going to catch you again, you know. All right, make we take a call. Yes, Iel.
Iel of Mutabaruka.
Blessed man.
I go on my father.
There, man.
Real, man. May I call from over US there. Judge, I can see that, I know. You know, when I decided to call it over Mutabaruka, it's when the brother from Vancouver, they call you. And they say blah, blah, blah. Right? Yeah, big disrespect on him, listen there. Bunny what boy. But you make some burning of fire and all these things, Mutabaruka, and I love it. Continue to answer. You see homosexual politician and gun boy, and them a mash up Jamaica, you know? Eat them like a dose of poison, bro. And that more answer still. You okay?
How about that you want to say?
Big up man, pick up here and place.
All right, sir. Which part you call from?
Medina, New Hampshire.
Okay.
It's dumping ground, yeah.
Okay.
Right now, Massachusetts, down West, down Boston, yeah.
So tell me something, the smoke reach over there? Massachusetts, you said that terrible New York there. The smoke from Canada. The smoke from Canada, it's a great problem in New York there.
Yeah. So me here, sister down there, I see she post up the video with tear smoke over her place. But
no, tell you,
over here, over here, still coming on know.
See it on TV, man. It's a great problem in the people, them lungs.
Pain.
All right, sir, give thanks.
Respect, yeah, sir.
Eh?
Yeah, I say respect, sir.
Yeah, man, I say give thanks, man. Give thanks. You know, I will start this thing from the top again. The man I show how the black kid them on the piano play the black spirituals them will come out of America, that the African them used to only use the black key. That's serious thing. Only the black key them. Listen again.
This has been an awesome night, hasn't it, everyone? How many of you like Negro spirituals? An old black lady down south showed me something about the Negro spirituals, and I want to share it with you. You know, the black folk down south had more sense by accident than some of us have on purpose. You know what I mean? You didn't hear what I said. I heard an old black lady say, "Son, if the mountain was smooth, you couldn't climb it." Think about that for a minute. But did you know, she said to me, did you know just about all Negro spirituals are written on the black notes of the piano? This is absolutely true. You can go home tonight and play almost any Negro spiritual, just play the black notes on the piano. You look skeptical. Now, you can't see it out there, but I want you to watch. Watch. There are 5 black notes on the piano. And those same 5 black notes just keep recurring. And you can go home tonight and play almost any Negro spiritual. Just play the black notes. Watch. You know that? Every time I feel the spirit. Just black notes. Watch this. That's because the slaves didn't come to America with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, di, do. That's somebody else's skill, okay? all they had in their musical scale were those 5 black notes. We know it in music as the pentatonic scale. And they built the power and pathos of the Negro spiritual on 5 notes. When you study music, you also come across what are known as white spirituals. Did you know that? And they are white composers who work with that scale. In early America, they used to call this the slave scale. And I'm going to play for you what some musicologists think is the most famous white spiritual built on the slave scale or just the black notes. Anybody tonight know who wrote that song? I heard it, a man by the name of John Newton. But do you know what John Newton did before he became a Christian? He was the captain of a slave ship. And many believe heard this melody that sounds very much like a West African sorrow chant and wrote the words Amazing Grace and set his words to a slave melody. I looked up that song. I believe God wanted that song written just the way it was written, just so that we would be reminded that as Christians, whether black or white, free or bond, in his eyes, we're all connected. We are connected. And we are connected by God's amazing grace. Hallelujah. We are connected by God's amazing grace. I looked up that song in the Library of Congress. I went to the Library of Congress, I looked up that song. And wherever you see it authentically printed, you know what it says? Words, John Newton. Melody, unknown. Tell the Lord, when I get to heaven, I want to meet Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, but boy, I want to meet that slave called unknown. And I recorded that song the way I hear it when I sing it. I still hear the sounds of the slave ships in the water. I want to sing it for you the way John Newton.
Yes. You know, it's amazing that him saying all of these things. This song is one of the most repeated gospel song in America. And if you listen to the words, because it's not the words why black people sing it, you know. Really, is the melody, as him say, because I play upon the black key. Them is a black what we call melody that is used on the song. But if you listen to the song, where it's Amazing Grace, and the man I sing blood, him get saved as a wretch, and save a wretch like me. Black people actually sing the lyrics them and internalize those lyrics because it was done on a black melody. The white words seem to get lost in transition because everybody who me hear sing that song, they say, you don't hear the words of the song, you don't know who write that song there. The man I try clean himself. This man named Newton I try clean himself with that song. Black people internalize the same song now and I try clean themselves with it. Serious thing. Serious thing. We have to watch it.
Patterns from the colonial masters.
Okay, make us start it over.
Africans to seek to regain their independence from the colonial masters. Historians will remind us that we were first enslaved, that Africans were taken, and this we seldom say, the first civilization to take Africans out of this continent were the Arabs. And they took Africans from the eastern coast. And it's sad that in that part of the world, there are not many Africans who remained, because it was in the business of the Arab enslaver to castrate Africans. We never say that, but we must say it, because it is historically significant. Then the Europeans came, the Portuguese came, the Spaniards came, the Germans came, the French came, the Belgians came. Africa became the hunting ground for the European colonizers, and we were the spot. We built, our ancestors built the United States of America. Our ancestors built Europe. And when slavery had lost its shine and sheen, the Europeans abolished it. But they replaced it with yet another pernicious enterprise, the colonization of Africa. The Europeans sat in Berlin, in Germany, in 1884, and they looked at the map of Africa and parceled it out. The British had their share. The Germans had their share, and Tanzania or Tanganyika was their share, as was Rwanda and Burundi. The Spaniards were Johnny-come-latelys in the arena, and they got little Equatorial Guinea and Southwest Africa. The French were here, the Portuguese were here, and we were colonized. This time round, they did not take us away. They came here, and they controlled us, and they told us, not in so many words, that we were children of a lesser God. And we were treated as if we were children of a lesser God. In fact, they told us that on the day of creation, we were merely hewers of wood and drawers of water. And if anybody were to doubt it in 1948, it was more blatant when Hendrik Verwoerd instituted the apartheid regime in South Africa. But yet there is a sense in which the God that we worship never sleeps. The colonial enterprise ran its course. And the European tribes, the Europeans never called themselves tribes, they called them nations, were engaged in a war. First in 1918, the European tribes fought. And they had something called the League of Nations, which died. Then they fought again in 1945. And what is unique about the European nations is that when they are engaged in tribal wars, they call them world wars. So there was another war between 1945, 1939 and 1945. And after that, a new kid on the block, the United States of America, took the lead in saying that colonialism was something that was undesirable. But at that time, Africans were never quiet. Those who had been taken out had already started agitating. Many of us here will remember Marcus Garvey, of whom Bob Marley says, Garvey was a buffalo soldier in the heart of America. And many of us will remember W.E.B. Du Bois. Many of us will remember that they started agitating that Africans must regain their dignity and their independence. And indeed, in 1847, in Liberia, a small group of Africans were brought back in Monrovia, and Liberia became the first independent black nation in the continent of Africa. So soon thereafter in Sierra Leone, they also created yet another colony. But Africa was colonized, except Ethiopia, which they tried to take in 1938 and exiled Professor Dr. Haile Selassie. And unfortunately, they were defeated, as you remember, in the Battle of Adwa. Africa can defeat European tribes. This history is necessary that we are able to appreciate the freedom that we gained. So that Garvey came, W.B. Du Bois came, but there was another crop after the 1940s who had the advantage of European education. And there were people in Europe also who are beginning to recognize that indeed equality was necessary. And this was not anything new. In 1776 in the United States of America, the American state sitting in Philadelphia in the United States of America declared unto themselves that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A few years later in France, after the revolution, they also recognized that we were to be equal, so that the colonized nations which had now taken Africans thought that they were safe. They had taken Leopold Sédar Senghor from Senegal to Paris, and they thought that they were creating a little Frenchman. Little did they know that they were creating somebody who would want to overthrow them. They took Félix Houphouët-Boigny from Côte d'Ivoire, and they thought that they were creating somebody who would be subservient to them. They took Ahmed Sékou Touré and Modibo Keïta, and they thought they were safe. Little did they know that they were creating the future leaders and agitators against French colonization. And it did not stop there. The Portuguese also took Agostinho Neto and Amilcar Cabral and Eduardo Mondlane to Lisbon. Little did they know that those individuals would be the catalyst that would be necessary in the process of decolonization. The British also had their fair share. They took others. They took Mwalimu Kambarage Nyerere, Hastings Kamuzu Banda, Kenneth David Kaunda, and many others to the United Kingdom, Jomo Kenyatta. Little did they know that those would be the individuals who sometimes later, and in Ghana, of course, they took the Osagefo, Kwame Nkrumah, and in Nigeria, they took Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto. There is a sense, therefore, in which these individuals started recognizing that having been enslaved, having been colonized, we now had to liberate ourselves. And the agitation started. And Kwame Nkrumah and his Ghana acquired independence in 1957. And I still can hear Kwame Nkrumah through the vicissitudes of time saying in Accra, Ghana, that Ghana is free and will never be colonized again.
Yes, tell them hear it first. From the cutting edge. I need core. Yeah, man, very off the wall that my brethren do a show in Florida in the weekend, and a pair of female artists came up on the show. She was one of them, and other sisters them, you know, it's not the regular daughters them where you would say a perform. I must say very eclectic, but very sincere and deep in them singing what them I say. Deep, very deep. I don't want to say deep, I don't want to stay, but it's very deep. And we love when we hear them kind of music there. Even this sister, you know, we have a play. It's one of them, another sister, where very deep. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Bless your man. Wait a man. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, man, I forget you again because I've been trying every week since the last time. But everything is everything, you know. And yeah, people in Britain and elsewhere in the world too, but in Britain, getting increasingly upset about being denied essential services due to those trying to force them to use only online for a lot of essential things. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Explain.
Well, a lot of banks, for example. A lot of the banks where people use.
Oh,
they could go and see someone, and deal with things personally. It's pure face online thing, and there are certain things that you can't start out in terms of your problems online. You need to see someone, to interact with someone.
Yeah.
And most of the branches, they're closing them.
Yeah.
And this is causing a problem for not just older people, but younger people too, because there are things that you need to speak to someone, because you can't speak to no machine online thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, them are usher in the cashless society now, you know. The cashless thing are coming, you know.
You know, that is what they're pushing, and this is what a lot of people are fighting against. Because you have to make a start, because we can't allow anything to be pushed on us to our detriment. You know what I mean? It is as simple as that. The fact that something is new doesn't mean that it is good. Because not everything new is good. Some things new are good. But some things new are very bad for us. You know what I mean? And this online thing, though, is also a way of getting into the private business of people, because when you're doing things online, you don't have no privacy. What you spend, what you buy, what you do, so it's a form of tracking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they are tracking for a long time till you have the card. The credit card is a tracking thing. So that will go on a long time, the tracking, you know?
Yes, but as we know, using the online thing is an increased form of doing that type of thing. You know? And so we really have to fight where that is concerned.
Hold on, who they there?
Yeah, man, I'm there.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Is who promote the One Love Festival in England? Who do it? You know who do it?
Yes, I told you the other day, an English guy named Dan Wiltshire.
Oh, IQ and I have nothing to do with it. Hello?
Hello?
You know, I brought your name IQ Latafari.
I know the name, but he would only be one of the performers, if anything.
Oh, I'm one of the performers. Oh.
Yeah, man. No, Dan Wiltshire knows me, and I know Dan Wiltshire. You know, from he started it some years ago. He's a short English guy.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to be on it still.
Yeah, that's what you were saying the other day, you know, and I know quite a few of the people who advertise on it. But what I've noticed over the years is that the lineup changed a lot, you know what I mean?
Didn't you get to the time?
Yes. No, in terms of you see people advertise to be on it, and then
they're not upon it.
In the end, they're not on it, yes, you know? So it's a kind of watch and see, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Well, now go by and
but I'm going to be there.
You're going there. How much days it keep? How much days?
It's over 3 days.
Okay.
It's over 3 days. I've been to some of them, not all of them, but I've been to some of them that he has done. But as I said, the very first one was started by my brother in Just Carter years ago, you know what I mean? And but he has come to, you know, he just used the name festival, but it's the same idea, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but Just Carter will do the first reggae awards in Britain too, who did start that too, you know, and so. And one of the things too is that Pan-Africanists like me and others in Britain, we're fighting to put the African Holocaust enslavement in the school systems in Britain, because the Jewish Holocaust is compulsory in schools in Britain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, compulsory. So the Jewish Holocaust, all right, we don't have a problem with it being compulsory, but our Holocaust, which is the biggest one in history, must be compulsory, because our Holocaust were enriched and made the British Empire the biggest empire in history. But they murder and enslave the most amount of our people. So we're fighting for it to be in the curriculum as being compulsory in schools, just like all the Jewish Europeans.
So where you do you say you have fight for it going to the school? Where do you You have a meeting with the educational people, or you work that in England?
All farms, in terms of petitions, meeting with MPs, and that type of thing, you know what I mean? All avenues necessary, you know what I mean?
Okay. So where them reaching that now? How far them reaching it?
Well, that's what we want it. That is so that's the most important thing as a start, that they must be aware of what we want. So we just have to keep pushing and pushing, keep fighting and fighting, you know what I mean? So it has to be sustained. Because if we just start and then drop off, that suit them. Yeah. They will say, well, then you never get back to us, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Them do that all the while.
Yes, exactly. We'll say, yeah, man, they will forget about it and think of some other thing to come with, you know. But
we call it in Jamaica 9-day wonder. That's how we call it in Jamaica.
Precisely. Which is where we don't want. But as a matter of fact, talking about Jamaica, them should teach it in Jamaica too. Yes. Just like all the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey should be a compulsory book in Jamaican schools. And by the way, it's the anniversary of Marcus Garvey's passing Saturday the 10th of June.
Yeah.
Passed away the 10th of June in West London.
In England, in England.
Yeah, man. Regularly I go by where he used to live, by 53 Talgard Road, and nearby where he had his last office, by 2 Bowman Crescent, near West Kensington Station, you know. I go a lot there whenever I can, just to pay respect and homage, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But let me ask you a question, and this question I ask, you know. It's what kind of case the very youth name were married to the woman, Megan, the Charles name, no, remember again. One of the prince they married to, Diane Harry. Is what kind of case?
Who married to Megan?
Yeah, what kind of case him have in England, Harry?
No, the case that him have is that he did 2 days out so far, and I think he's finished giving his evidence, you know. He got against the Daily Mirror.
Oh yeah, the scandal with them and the paparazzi them.
Yeah, no, not paparazzi. Paparazzi involved, but the Daily Mirror group. There are 3 papers in the Daily Mirror group, and he's using them that in about, I think, 50 odd cases. The invasion of his privacy. And he said that could only be achieved by hacking into his phone.
Oh, you can reach it, so it is.
Yes, and so they actually pay paparazzi and other journalists to invade his privacy. Continuous involvement, and he had a girlfriend named Chelsea Davy, and that relationship got smashed up because of the constant intrusion, you know, anything, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And him attack the boy, the players Morgan, who is a racist.
Yeah, I tell you, the brother is dangerous. The brother is dangerous, man. Him dangerous.
Yes, wicked boy.
Dangerous.
And I told that too. He's upset because he wanted to go out with Meghan Markle. That is before she knew Harry. And she turned him down. And my carry feelings, as you say, in Jamaica from that.
You might carry feelings, yeah.
Yes. My carry feelings, sir. He wanted her because she was having it.
Yeah.
Carrying feelings ever since.
Yeah. Well, I'm dangerous, no, man. I'm dangerous bad, you know.
No, man, he's a racist boy, man.
Racist, hardcore racist. Yeah, man.
And he pretended to be a friend of Princess Diana. And the way in which him attacking Harry and thing.
Yeah.
But you know, on social media, Piers Morgan.
Him defend Trump.
With a sister. Yes, he defend Trump. And he was attacking a sister who said that we deserve reparations and that type of thing. I talk about don't deserve the reparations.
Yeah,
because talk about things from the Romans out in that asking.
Yeah, want to look, if the English ask reparations.
Because the Romans were in Britain before the Anglo-Saxons from Germany came to Britain.
Yeah. Every man.
How they got rich by enslaving our people, capturing them in Africa, carrying them to the Caribbean. Their Jamaica was the most valuable colony because sugar was king then. And so on. So he well knows, but you know, these racists make up all kind of excuses that African people, we the Africans, not to get reparations, while them giving them European Jews and Japanese and all other kind of people reparations. You know what I mean? But we just have to keep fighting for that, because far more than quality, we have to have reparations. That's a must.
Yeah.
And the Brexit thing backfire, you know, muta. Because, you know, the racists, them who vote for Brexit, saying that it will reduce foreigners, meaning us as Africans and also Indian and other people coming in, has backfired because
more are coming now. More are coming. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, for last year, the record is 606,000 net coming in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
about it.
So Brexit thing backfire, and it also backfire in that the cost of living of things skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Yes, skyrocketed big time. You know what I mean? So them really get shaggy to help them, and a lot of goods are not available. And one of the things that people are realizing, and you always talk about food, vital, natural, which we know that which is best, is that the US is glad, so-called manufacturers, because additives and food were banned by the European Union.
Yeah.
Are now coming in because of the Brexit thing.
Okay.
And that is a danger to the health of people. This additive thing which is bad to the health, when them putting in food.
Yeah, you mean them are going to England now? Them in England?
Yes.
Okay.
Them sneaking it in, and that is why people have to watch labels.
Yeah.
With what they're eating. And the next way them do it too is that the food that them give the animals, to those who eat food coming from animals, them put the additives in the food for the animals.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, them
so
like Jamaica.
To the cows and sheep, yes.
Yeah.
So them get it to people indirectly.
Yeah, of course.
Think them smart, and this is why muta, a free and independent press in every country is important. Yeah. Otherwise, politicians hide things from people to be able to oppress people and dictate to people. Because, you know, they know when people ignorant, they are easily manipulated and used. Like, take for example, they talk about ID business and that type of thing. And they want to include people's personal DNA in your records. The personal DNA don't have nothing to do with ID thing for government want to have your personal DNA. Eh?
Well, them have a whole heap of other things so when them can link with you still. Them don't forget the DNA, you know, but all the information where them want them have it. Everything. You know, so them are all on, you know, so them are like the visa thing now. Across Europe there. So a whole heap of country now are like the visa, so you don't have to have no visa for coming out of the country. Them have a certain paper where you just show. I don't remember what them call the paper. You just show the paper and you're going out of the country. Yeah, man, they're like, I'm up there in February there. I go across Europe, I read in the newspaper where them say, as of this year, them say them going to do it with certain people coming from certain country. Them not have to have no visa for going out of the country. Yeah. So them are open it up, but them still have your information there. Store up.
Yes, the information, yes.
Yeah, man, them store up, man. It's like you watch all the TV, it come like your phone know where you want. You know, every day, you see something come up on your phone, and you have to go to it. You know, they might try to sell your things. Yeah, they might try to sell your things all the while. And then I tell you, say, give some information about yourself. It's always a weird thing, man, weird.
And you know, one of the ways in which they do it's through artificial intelligence, you know.
Yeah, we are talking about it all long now, but I want to people feel that joke with that joke. Yeah.
Because you see things coming up on your phone that you never ask for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, them that you're spending habits, the things where you read, the things where you do.
I share them and share your information, you know. All them store at you. You could have go in a store and buy something, you know. And them say, can I have your email? And you give them your email. Them share it with that store, you know. Them buy it. Them buy it, you know. It's a trade thing.
for your email and your contact details.
Yeah, it's a in trading thing I go on with different company where them have them sell information to store and that are information, and then them just have your information store up in them computer, and then I sell you all this junk mail full of your things. Anyway.
Yeah, that is true. That's the kind of thing where they do.
Alright, we have to go move that now, though.
And the politicians to the same equivalent too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We have to move that over. Time I go here 6 minutes.
Well, we just have to keep the fight going as
of course.
And thing there.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
It was last birthday on Tuesday.
Oh?
All last to come with teacher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pass away.
Yes, it was his birthday, so on the radio for Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm starting off with my comics, you know. In I'm office at King Context. Yeah.
All them speeches about LT by
message to the grassroots and all them something there. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, sir.
And so, attribute our favor radio Tuesday.
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoy the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.